All right, we're flash forwarding almost a year, maybe longer. Well, it's been at least a year, let's say that. And hopefully today's the day the Firebird gets officially fixed. Got the parts. Ooh, got the valve stem seals. That's what Dallas, the guy I brought over to look at the Firebird, he narrowed it down to that immediately. I've never done this before, so this will be interesting. I got the valve cover gaskets. Let's go do it. Hello, old friend. We meet again. Let's get you up and running, shall we? I disinfected the interior before I covered it all up. Why is this moving? Anyway, what I was saying was I disinfected the interior before I covered it in hopes that that would help with the like mold issue. It totally worked. At least for the most part. There's a little bit on the steering wheel. Not much though. But everywhere else, no mold. Totally worked. Even on the handles. Yeah, look at that. No mold. I'm usually having to clean up everything. Like, it's like this. I mean, you guys have seen it before. It's like massive amounts of it. I tried to disinfect everything that like I touched that might have bacteria on it, and that's awesome. Totally worked. It is a little musty in here, so I'm gonna open up everything, let it vent out, get some airflow in there. Someone had to start doing pressure washing right when I was gonna record. Thought this was gonna be easier. It's gonna be the easiest, but not the easiest. Because luckily, the side I need to replace is the easiest to get to. I think. Shoot, I thought it was more exposed than that. I don't know what needs to come apart. I mean, I know that's the top part of the engine over here, but I guess I just kind of undo bolts and hope for the best. I'm not sure. Might have to recruit my dad for some assistance on this. This is a little above my expertise. What I probably need to do is just look at some schematics, see what bolts are where. Because I know it's just the manifold cover, or the valve cover that needs to pop off, and everything I need to do is right there.
Yep, everybody's working on motors. They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Or I can just spend the $600 and have that mechanic do it.
600?
Yeah. To replace. Oh, but they do all six, or all of them, the valves on both sides.
Jesus Christ, $600. Well, I mean, you imagine you can get it, but it's just you have to have the right tools.
Well, here's my dilemma. Here's where I'm at. It's way more involved than I bargained for. I'm capable of doing it, but that will be with a lot of trial, error, maybe breaking stuff. And getting parts for this is starting to become more difficult. So do I let a professional do this? Or should I just start ripping things apart and getting this out? I just don't know if that clearance will be enough to pull the cover without removing this whole unit. And so to get that off, it's probably removing this, because this bracket has to come off, removing who knows else back there. I don't know. That's just a lot of unknowns and trials. But here's the other thing. If I could find any sort of like video, demonstration, tutorial, pictures even of someone working on this car with this engine, it'd be a different story. I can't find anything. There's some cars like same year, but everything's been like retrofitted, removed, upgraded to like V8s, LS mods, things like that. This is stock, V6, 2.8. Who wants that? Who's working on those cars right now? Very few, if any, except for me. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this mechanic a call. So I already had a quote for this. It was around $600 to have everything done. Valve stem seals replaced and everything. Maybe I should give them a call and see if they'll do it. Plus it needs an oil change. And changing the oil in this thing, it's really annoying. Getting underneath the car is not fun. So maybe I'll have them do that too. I'm gonna give them a call and see what they say. Actually, I might just go down there. But I'll either way, see what they say, see what they go and quote me. And if it's still around that price range, I think I'm just gonna pull the trigger and have them do it. I can do it. I know I can do it. It's just a matter of getting some things replaced that I may screw up. I mean, look how long it took me just to get a radiator for this car. Jeez. And how much that was. Oh my gosh. Hopefully I'll have this running in the next week or less. That's the goal. Summer's back. I want to drive this thing. I didn't get to drive it last year, and it made me really sad.
2 very boring minutes later.
All right, well, I'm having them do the work. That's okay. I was hoping to save the money. It took forever though. They had trouble finding the parts and tracking things down. Then he was explaining to me, he was actually working on a car that has basically the same engine as the Firebird, and he's having trouble finding stuff for that too, so he feels the struggle with me. But yeah, they're gonna be able to do it all, $600. Well, and then I'm having an oil change done, so it brings it up to like, after tax, like 720, I think. All right, I can at least drive it this year. But knowing the curse, there'll be something else that's wrong with it. Ugh. But I have to wait till Monday.
A few moments later.
I'm gonna try and get it started. Yeah. Dang it. It's done this before. I'm trying to remember how I fixed it.
A few moments later.
Oh, hey, it's actually doing something. Hey. Yeah, so got it running. I had let it charge for like last half an hour, but I didn't think it was going to be enough. So as I was coming out to roll it up, I was like, why not give it a start just to see. And of course, my dad was right behind me, and then he's going to take credit for this. He's like, right, let's put it over to 200 amp. That always starts the car. I'm like, I know, I just did that though. I didn't do it. And of course, right when he did it, it worked. Either way, it's running. I'm letting it run for a few minutes. I just want to make sure everything's like smooth, so when I drop it off at the mechanic, I know it's a running engine, and hopefully I won't give them trouble. That's what I like to call foreshadowing. And hopefully that will not cause them to think something else is wrong and start charging me more money to get something else fixed, which I'm sure there's stuff in here that needs to be fixed. Seems to be running at a higher RPM right now, which makes sense. Let's see, what is it at right now? Oh no, it's running about normal, but it's not running smooth. There's a little bit of a shake to the overall car because 2 of the spark plugs are getting oil on them. Who knew? February 2024, the radiator exploding would take over a year and 2 months before I'll be able to get it back on the road and drivable. That is crazy. And I've been feeling the tubes seals, valve stem seals, only went bad because I overheated it a couple of times, not knowing that the thermostat was broken, as well as the radiator, or I should say in addition to the radiator. So it was just a chain reaction. But either way, I'm excited. I'm gonna get this thing on the road again. I miss it a lot. All right, it's ready to go for Monday to take into the mechanic. I know it runs, it starts up, all that good stuff. Man, what a journey. What a journey it's been.
3 days later.
How's it going?
Oh, you know, another day, another dollar.
Another day, another dollar, exactly.
What's going on with it? It's not running?
It needs the valve stem seals replaced.
Okay.
It's leaking oil onto the spark plugs, and I just didn't have the proper tools and things to do it. Spoiler alert, this is not the last time we will see the Firebird on the bed of a tow truck. And not even the last time we'll see this exact tow truck driver. But I drop it off at the mechanic and they told me it'd take a few hours. But I should have recorded that conversation. I just called the mechanic because it's now almost 5 o'clock. They're getting ready to close. I'm like, well, I haven't heard from them. And I dropped that off like at, 10 o'clock. And he's like, yeah, so we've been working on this all day. The valve cover gaskets were basically adhered to the engine. They could not get it off. They were grinding it. They were scraping it for hours. It took them about almost hour and a half to 2 hours just to get one of them off on the passenger side, just to clean it up so they can seal it back up. That's insane. So he's like, we're so sorry. We're doing our best.
3 days later.
Well, I'm in the car. Woo! But it's not running right still, sadly. I have more power, though. But it's not running great. Low power. High RPMs. But hey, it's on the road and I'm driving. So it's a win. Now I just got to check the plugs, maybe. Maybe I'm not getting good spark. I don't know. But at least it's on the road.
A few moments later.
Well, I'm stuck at the gas station. It won't start now. sucks. And my dad has my car. He took it back to my place. And he doesn't have his phone because he forgets his phone every time he goes out. And so I can't call him to let him know, hey, I'm stuck. So he's gonna be stuck at my house. Oh man, this is a mess. Rescue. Yet again. How's it going? Rescue again.
Yep.
Yeah, it did.
What's wrong with it now?
I picked it up today and it only made it this far, and now it won't start.
Pretty sad you take it to a shop and it was running and you get it out.
That's funny, you get the update. I was wondering, like, is that the same truck? That the same guy?
Yeah, I just changed my appearance a little bit.
2 days later, here we are. It was the same guy. It's hilarious. Well, here it is. Parked again. Parked again. One of these days I'll get it fixed.